Hello, everyone. Welcome to the very first episode of AUSMUN 2025 podcast. I'm Massive, your host for today, and we have our very own Secretary General, Sarvagya Sharma. For those who are not familiar with the concept of Model United Nations, could you explain it to the audience, what exactly the term Model United Nations mean?
So, Model United Nations in short form is a simulation of the real United Nations. So, what we basically do over here is now obviously all of us, many of us have an interest in learning how world politics go, right? And the premier organization for that is the United Nations. Now, all of us don't have the opportunity to go to the real UN and sit down, right? So, what we do over here is we give people the chance to represent countries in a simulated version of the United Nations that we host over here. UN MUN specifically is a platform that can enhance the skills of various people from different backgrounds. You come in as a delegate, your research skills, your public speaking skills improve. You come in as an organizer, your organizing skills improve, your skills to control or moderate a committee as in improve, writing skills improve. So, to sum it up, MUN is a pathway for those interested in the field of international politics to learn more about that field. And it is also a pathway for those people who aim at improving their skills that will help them in their life.
Okay. Like when you heard the word MUN first time, because for me personally, when I heard the word MUN, I was like, what is this exactly? Like MUN, I hear it everywhere. But like in at your like first thought, what do you think of the word MUN when you heard about it? Like, did you like research into it or like see somewhere something happening like MUN or something?
The first time I heard of the word MUN was in my high school. It was many years ago. Uh, well, what I did was I saw Model United Nations. I was like, okay, this is something similar to international politics. Let's just try it. Right. So my first instance was, trying this opportunity. Let's see what this thing is in the first place. That was my first instinct. But when I now think about MUN at this stage and point, for me, because I have an interest in the field of international politics as well, it is a pathway for me to gain more knowledge about the field. But if I were to see it from a student point of view as well, or from someone external to the field of international politics, I see it as something to improve certain set of skills that would be really important to me in my life.
For those who are like new to the term AUSMEN, like what insights would you share with them, like students who want to join AUSMEN and participate in it and all?
Well, firstly, AUSMUN is the largest Model United Nations conference, one of the largest Model United Nations conference in the MENA region. Last time we organized a Model United Nations conference for more than 1,000 domestic and international delegates. And in that conference, we had around 24 committees that discussed a wide variety of issues that are of either immediate or near concern to the world politics and to the world in general.
Yeah, I think it's like beneficial for them also. Like they're knowing the insights of world politics at that time exactly also.
Exactly. There are various issues in our world right now that are either immediately affecting us or have the potential to affect us in the future. So, being a part of AUS MUN allows you to choose within this variety of topics that interest you, that can help you in learning about those topics and coming up with potential solutions about them. Now, the solutions is something that I emphasize on in AUSMUN. In AUSMUN, we do recognize that there are problems, but simply talking about the problems is not something that's really handy. What's important is the solution of the problems. And this is something that's really important in committees when delegates sit and deliberate upon. So, this aspect of where we scrutinize the solutions is something that really differentiates us. Another thing that really differentiates us is the vast variety of people that are here. More than 1,000 people were there last time from different backgrounds, from different ethnicities, representing different countries. So you are in this multicultural environment talking about serious global issues, and you're having different perspectives from different parts of the world. So once you have such a big community coming together, coming to a common ground over there and then coming up with a solution is something really great for you to talk about, and it is something that really contributes to your skills.
Talking about solutions, like there's an ongoing statement around AUS saying that you're known as the king of research. Like that term has given you for a reason. So, like, what insights and what valuable lessons would you give to the new delegates joining in about research, basically?
So, firstly, king of research is an exaggeration, that I would say. Secondly, about research and its beneficial, the methodology for research to new delegates. See, firstly, what you all have to do is have a general understanding of how the committee works, right? You should know which committee you are in and how it operates in the first place, right? See the mandate of the committee, see why the committee is formed and why does it, what topics does it talk about? Because in committees, generally, what happens is we may deviate from what we were supposed to topic, or we may talk about things that are really not our mandate. So there's no point talking about them. So please ensure to see what your committee is talking about. Secondly, please stick to your foreign policy. There will be instances where you personally may have a different opinion than what your country has, but in MUN, your personal opinion does not matter. What matters is the opinion of your country and your foreign policy, right? So to research about your foreign policy, the basic way to begin with is your government websites. Different countries have different government websites. In fact, some government websites have talked about their foreign policy. They have a separate section for their foreign policy over various issues. You can look there. And then you can also look at the previous statements that were made by your respective country in the UN or in some other forum. You can also look at which international organizations your country is a part of and what issues those international organizations talk about. So through various direct and indirect means, you can understand and you can see how my country is and how I should be appropriately talking about it.
All right. So going through various, like from being a delegate, then deputy director, director of research, now at the top, secretary general. How do you feel about this long journey, like where you are right now, and like what do you have to share with the audience, like about this inspirational journey?
One thing I would like to tell to my audience is to be consistent, have faith, and continue the hard work. There will be instances where you may not get what you want, and this
True.
this all of us must have faced in our life, irrespective of MUN, but in any goal we want to achieve. We may have seen these instances where we want to achieve something but we are not able to do it, right? Yes, we do have disappointments, but ensure that you're consistent and those disappointments and those drawbacks don't let push you down. Make sure you learn through them, right? The only way to learn is by making mistakes. So treat that as a learning opportunity. Learn where you went wrong, and in the next time you will excel.
What makes AUSMUN 2025 stand out from other AUSMUNs in the previous years?
Well, firstly, I would like to commend the previous secretariat for the growth that has been seen in AUSMUN. It has always been going towards the upward trajectory, and this time, hopefully, AUSMUN 2025 will also continue that. The difference between AUSMUN 2025 and the previous MUNs are, firstly, we have a position paper competition. This is limited to international delegations only. Over here, the winners of the competition get a fully waived off AUSMUN experiences. 5 people in the international delegation get that. Okay, so one of the second changes are the website. So, firstly, we have changed the website dramatically from last year. And I don't know if you have noticed it, but we have the small section of interactive games in our website, and there are 3 type of games. First game, which is really relevant to all delegates, and it's a learning experience as well to people who are delegates in AUSMN, talks about the committee procedures, right? So here delegates can play this game and learn about how committees operate. The second one is about the AUS campus. The AUS campus is huge. We have people coming in from different schools, and while they come to AUSMN, they also explore the campus, and it's really difficult for me as well when I was a
Oh,
freshman over here.
speaking about
Oh,
that, like I heard you tried to play the game and you couldn't find the AUS main building in the game. Like,
well, 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 that's what the game was really. It was easy, but like when you're sometimes overconfident that you know things, you go in and
Happens,
then you just click on
happens.
the wrong
Yeah,
thing.
happens.
So one learning over here is don't be overconfident as well, irrespective of what your
A good
position is.
life lesson, by
A
the
good
way.
life lesson,
Yeah.
yeah. Never be overconfident about things. But nevertheless, the game talks about the AUS campus. It talks about the different buildings, especially where the conference happens. So these two are one of the big changes that we've had. The other minor changes are there in the committee, they're there in the background guides. But the changes overall have been a lot.
I'm gonna put you on the spot. Which AUSMUN department is your favorite?
Well, I would say the faculty advisors. Their contribution to the AUSMUN board is really good. They have been bringing in their experiences from different MUNs and through different corporations or different backgrounds that they have worked in before. And there are certain, at the end, we all are students in the board. So we may overlook over many things. But the faculty advisors are right when they point out at the smallest details that can go wrong. So one thing I am really grateful for are all the three faculty advisors that we have in AUSMUN.
Before we wrap this up, what's one final comment or one message you would like to convey to our amazing audience we have today?
Apply for AUSMUN, experience AUSMUN, and enjoy AUSMUN 2025.
That's it? Oh, okay.